Hey guys, Aussie Expat here, and today I'm going to do a day one review of this guy, the Quest 3. So, I've been an owner of every Oculus mobile product. So I've owned a Go, Quest 1, Quest 2, Quest 3. I use the Quest 2 a bit. There's some things I'd like to use it for that I cannot. So I'd really love to use it for productivity, but the resolution and clarity really isn't there. And games have always been fun. Okay, they are what they are. Look at reviews for games. It's really gonna come down to whether or not you like the game, and that's an experience for you. That's going to be up to you. And it's sort of like that's how you would buy a console. You would say what games are available for it, and when we're going to play. And going with the Quest 3, it's expensive. It's $500, and yeah, the clarity is much better. So I'm just optical quality is much better. I'm not getting like flaring of lights and stuff like that you were getting from the Fresnel lenses. So in general, it's a better quality experience. The FOV is a little better, but overall, I'm going to say that all of these differences don't make it a different experience, as in the immersion factor is mildly improved but not groundbreaking. You're not like, oh, it's now like real life in the game. That's also combined with what I said before, is that it really needs games that are actually pushing those limits, those new next level sort of things. And this does have a new processor in it, but none of the games are designed for that. The Asgard's Wrath, which was like a pre-order, bonus for getting one of these, it's literally that. It's a pre-order bonus, not released yet. So I don't have any games that justify this as existence. Everything that will run on the Quest 2 that I already have already run there. So there's really not that. During the setup phase, it uses heavy use of AR, or mixed reality, where you're using the pass-through from the cameras into your eyes, and the quality is terrible. It's just, I'm very shocked, because a lot of the marketing for Meta on this has been about the mixed reality use cases, and in reality, pun intended, they really should have been directing this towards game developers and app developers, in terms of like mixed reality is coming. Start development now, we're going to get better, but this is not a consumer device of mixed reality. There's not enough apps for it, and look, the quality is terrible. I just can't imagine there being a killer app for this by the time this is in the bin, that is actually using augmented reality significantly. It's just not very good. Setup wise, they've made big improvements, but look, I own the PSVR 2. PSVR 2 is like relatively frictionless. Like you put it on, it guides you, it does the 3D scanning of the area. With this, I still had to sort of like draw my area a little bit, like fix up stuff that it got wrong. I just didn't have that in PSVR 2. The other advantage of PSVR 2 is that graphics quality is like next level. Like if you're coming from Quest 1 and Quest 2 and you're trying to find what is the next level experience, it's not this. It's PSVR 2. You get far better graphics, unlimited battery life, now a limited game library, but it really just takes one killer app. And for me, that's Gran Turismo. Maybe it's Resident Evil. There's a few other games coming around. These experiences are like truly next level experiences. And you're not getting that on Quest 2 or Quest 3. Those sort of next level immersive experiences that will like blow you away. It's still fun to play Beat Saber on this or whatever. I haven't played Beat Saber in like 2 years, man. It's not. Look, this is a good step up optical quality, but I'm just very underwhelmed. Very, very underwhelmed. It doesn't have the killer app, the killer game. That killer app will not come in the form of AR on this, not on this hardware. The quality looks like I'm looking at, in a well-lit room. It's still indoors, so it looks like I'm looking at a GoPro's viewfinder. And there's a lot of distortion for some reason with things in my hand. It's sort of like wibbly wobbly. A lot of people described it as very weird. And the resolution is not enough to be able to look at my phone through it, so I cannot read anything on it. So it's just the AR stuff. I think they should have just given it a miss on this generation. If they could have gone cheaper again and whatever, and just saved the AR stuff for developers, and give them the pro, let them have the pro, and just leave it at that, it would have been much better, because there's no reason for consumers to have the augmented reality aspect that's here, as best as I can tell. And other reviews I haven't experienced, other reviews said if you do like full AR, you're only talking about less than an hour of battery life. So this thing's heavier than a Quest 2. The touted use case of AR is terrible and has like tiny battery life. Comfort-wise, I'm saying it's better. The strap is a little better. The way that this adjusts, the IPD adjustment, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that it was adjusting at all. I definitely think the PSVR 2 has a much wider range of IPD adjustment, such that I could give my 4-year-old son a reasonable experience. And because it got the retinal tracking during setup, you can see whether or not your eyes are centered. You're not just sort of guessing that the text presented in the pop-up is slightly better on setting 55 or 70. It's a much more fleshed out experience on the PSVR 2. Not that I really intended this to be like, buy this or PSVR 2. People tell me like, you can't compare the two. One's got a cord, the other one doesn't. I was like, I don't know, man. like the fact that the PSVR 2's got a cord, I agree, is a little bit of friction, but it's not that much friction. It's not that wildly different. Yeah, I could take this on a plane, but that's really what the Go was for, and the Go is gone. Like, all the use cases it's touted for isn't about sort of like mobile productivity, watch Netflix, while on a plane type stuff. It's not for $500. You're talking about like, let's play some hardcore games or something, or give me a new experience that's very immersive, or whatever. Do something special. You need a killer app. This doesn't have one right now. I would say if you must have VR, just go with Quest 2, save your money. I don't see any reason to buy this now. I'm going to be looking up right now. I owe it another test on whether or not it's useful for productivity. I tried Immersed and Virtual Desktop on the Quest 2. I'd say basically it's not functional. Like, maybe if you've got a terrible laptop, and maybe it's a slightly better experience going onto a Quest 2 with Virtual Desktop or Immersed. But if you've got a 4K screen, something like that, nice 30 plus, 40-inch plus screen on your desk, there's no way that the Quest 2 holds up. I will test this in productivity tonight, and then after that, probably looking at Meta's return policy. Yeah, it's really that simple. And then play a little bit more Gran Turismo 7, I think. Until next time, see you around.